Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello. How do you do? What is happening? What is going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings are speaking to you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who are hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I can appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Blessings, 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 and more blessings are speaking to you. Um, so we are talking about this notion of we are talking about this notion of what's the word? Lavishing love, adding more love, being generous with our love, spreading the love. That's what we're talking about. Like really taking the opportunity to share the love that we have, right? To share the love that we have. And so I just really invite us to that. I really invite us to spread the wealth, to share the love, um, to be available to add more love into the world. So y'all remember at one point we did a campaign called Add More. Oh, it just left my mind. More love, please. MLP. More love, please. More love, please. More love, please. Man, can this world, good morning, Ray Price. Thank you for your prayers. Can this world we're in right now, world of our creation, can it use more love? You better believe it. More love, please. What would it look like for you to add more love into your situation? What would that be like? To just add more love. More love, please. Adding love is always going to be a win-win. It's always going to be a win. No matter what. Love wins always. So if you think about the idea of adding more love, what comes up for you? What comes up for you for the idea of adding more love? So your presence, right? Love grows when we're present. So just be present in your life, be present in your moment. Notice what's happening inside of you. Don't rush to fix things. Just be present to feel what you feel. Acceptance, right? Acceptance is a way of adding more love, right? Acceptance is a way of adding more love. So be accepting of you and accepting of others. So lavish with love, be acceptance of others. The acceptance doesn't mean agreement. It just means that we're not an adversary. Right? Acceptance means I'm not your adversary. Good morning, Erica. It's so good to see you, honey. Acceptance just means I'm not your adversary. I might not agree. I might not go along with what you are going. Hey, Stacy, good morning. Welcome. I may not, be in agreement or not want to go along with what you are promoting, but I don't have to be your adversary. So let's just take what seems to be a controversial subject in this country for some. Let's just take Bad Bunny for one. Right, the halftime show. Now, I am not a football player. I didn't even know who the players were. That's just how much of a not sports person I am. So I still don't know who was. I think it was the Patriots, and somebody else. It was somebody in in white and red. And I only know this because my husband was watching when I got home, and somebody I think it was in I don't know other colors. Anyway, but the halftime show, right? I went on and watched it because there was so much talk about it. But even if you don't like it, you don't have to be against it. You can just say, well, it's not my preference. It's not my taste. It doesn't, work for me. But you don't have to be, so anti, right? You don't have to be anti. So how do we lavish with love? Excuse me. We can stay away from being anti. First, don't be against yourself first. Number one, first. Be okay with you. Be okay with all of you. Be accepting of all of you. And even being accepting of all of me doesn't mean that I'm going to stay where I am. There's always going to be something that I'm working on. Always. No matter what, I'm going to be working on something. I am. No matter what. Excuse me. Going to be working on something. Why? Because it matters. Why? Because it's important. Why? Because I think it's our human mandate to always be growing and expanding and increasing and becoming. I think it's our responsibility to be all that we can be, to not just stop at a certain state or stage in life, but to continually take the next steps. We hold that as a responsibility of ours. And so, yeah, I think that is a necessity to be able to do that, right? To be able to do that. That is an absolute necessity. And so I invite us to make sure that is happening for us, right? I invite us to make sure that we are doing all that we can do. That we're doing everything that we can do. And so let's see, what else? How else do we lavish with love? What else is necessary for us to lavish with love? Offer permission before improvement. No, that was just about acceptance. So speak the truth with love, right? Speak the truth, but do it from a place of love. Speak the truth with love. Speak it with love. And there's a question that I love to ask And it's this idea of what would love do here? What would love do here? How would love show up? How would love be here? What would it be like to respond here from a place of love? Right? What would that be like to respond from a place of love? So today is Tuesday. Yeah. What would that be like to simply respond from a place of love? So I invite us to think about that. I invite us to think about what it would be like to respond from a place of love. Um, as opposed to responding from a place of fear. Let me just say, right now, I've been rambling for a minute. I don't know, for some reason, my brain's still, I'm still a little foggy. But let's just say, I read something one time that was so transformative for me. It just really gave me clarity in my life about how to show up in life. I mean, just extreme clarity. And it's this idea that it's this idea that we um when it comes to actions, when it comes to relating relationships and things like that, that we respond, our responses come from one of two places. And that is from a place of love or a place of fear. Um, and when we respond from a place of love, we're responding from a place of we're responding from a place of safety. We're responding from openness. We're responding from um, places of belief. And we're responding from a place of fear. We're responding from a place of being closed off, right? So love and fear creates completely different inner climates, and our responses will follow. Fear says something is wrong. I'm not safe. Love says I'm safe enough to stay present, right? I'm safe enough to stay present. Fear reacts to what might happen. Hear this. Love responds to what is actually happening. That right there is powerful. Love doesn't mean passivity. Does not mean passivity. Love can say no. Love can set limits. Love can walk away. Love can speak truth without violating others or without violence towards self, right? Um, and so when we think about this idea that fear, the difference in how we show up in life, right? So I'm inviting you to ask yourself a question each day for each situation. What does it look like to respond from a place of love? Like, what does that look like? For whatever the situation, it doesn't matter what somebody else. One second. So it doesn't matter what someone else is doing or what they're saying. What does it actually look like? So fear reacts to protect. Love responds to honor, right? Fear reacts to protect. Love responds to from honor, right? And so when you think about it, so fear, it requires immediate relief. We'll probably find ourselves over explaining or disappearing. It seeks certainty. It tries to manage outcomes. It's driven by what if. Love tolerates discomfort. It speaks simply and honestly. It allows uncertainty. It trusts self alignment. And it responds to what is, right? It responds to what is. Again, but I want to say, like, love does not mean being passive, nice, or silent. Love can say no, we can walk away. Love will end conversations, set limits, speak our truth. The difference in how it's done, right? We do that without betrayal. And so fear wants safety outside of you. Love creates safety within. So fear tries to demand stuff, y'all. It demands that people be who they might not be in the moment. Fear demands that people that we're, how do I want to say, that people make us comfortable, even though that's not within people's ability to do. The comfort comes within or not, right? And so when you think about how you want to live your life, do you want to live your life open and expansive and invitational and inclusive? Or do you want to live your life closed and hard and exclusive and trying to determine your comfort by what everybody else do or say? By trying to determine what other people do or say in order for you to be comfortable. I'm just inviting you to live from this very expansive, from this very, very, very expansive place of love over fear. So in relationships, fear will say, did I say something wrong? Double texting, spiraling. And love will say, I'll check the story. I'm telling myself, wait, stay grounded. When conflict arises, so in fear says in relationships, they don't text back. Right. And conflict arises, fear defends, escalation, withdrawal, loves, I need a moment, this matters to me. And a boundary is needed. Fear says, if I say no, they'll leave. If I abandon myself, I leave. Love says. So at any rate, choose love. Figure out the main question of today is, how do I invite love into this situation? How do I show up from a place of love as opposed to a place of fear? Like, do a search for yourself. Look at the difference between responding from a place of love and responding from a place of fear, because love wins every time. Lavish with love. Good morning, Apostle. So good to see you. Lavish with love. It's a win-win. Love cannot lose. It is a win-win every time. Thank you for the love. It's a win every time. A lot of love gets a bad rap, and that some people think that it means that we're docile and that we let people get away with things and that we're just a doormat. You don't understand love then. It is the most powerful force in the universe. It's the most transformative, powerful force in the universe, and it starts with you. Starts with you, within you. It's not an outward thing, it's an inward thing that goes from inside out. All right, I love you, I appreciate you, I value you. At the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, you and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You are amazing. Have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will talk to you in the morning. Bye-bye for now.